Hi guys. Welcome to Mentor Generations. We are live. If you have subscribed to this channel, thank you so much. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing, because in this channel we are doing it big in education and just trying to like share opportunities that are there available, because I want everybody to just like everybody is interested to have a chance. Growing up personally, I wanted to kind of like just get to know some of these opportunities so that I can get some, mentorship along the way. But at my time, the internet wasn't really full blown as it is right now. And so it was kind of a little bit of a challenge. But information was there, but it was not as available as it is right now. So if you're a youth right now, if you're in high school, if you're in college, this is the right time. Like, there's a lot of information out here, and it's just good to be able to channel your energies towards getting those opportunities if you're interested or if you want them. And so, yeah. So, what are the opportunities for and challenges for studying abroad? Now, I will start by discussing the opportunities before I get to the challenges. Let me start with the good before I get to the bad. So, when it comes to the opportunities, it's of course very helpful and comes in handy in terms of building your academic growth and helping you with getting the new perspectives. And another one is cultural immersion and understanding. That's two. Three, your communication skills definitely are going to be augmented. They're going to grow and improve. And self-discovery and personal independence. It teaches you. You might think you're independent until you travel abroad, man. It just like pushes you towards a lot of independent thinking and self-discovery. Not that you cannot do this in your home country. Yes, you can, especially in Africa, where we have the public education system. Some of them are a little bit more not really letting us have like a broad perspective of things, and it some of it does not encourage creativity, innovation in us. So it's actually just like gives you that kind of exposure. Another one is you get to build on your networking and global connectedness or global connections, and you have enhanced career opportunities. It helps you develop adaptability and resilience. Now, on this, it's very key because out here, even just the weather alone is going to push you to your limits, and you will ask yourself, why are you even here in the first place? There's going to be different in cultural norms and expectations. There's going to be difference in even just the way of life is very different from what you're used to in home country, especially in Africa. And we have exploring new places and experiences. If you're somebody who likes traveling, then this is going to be quite an opportunity to be able to just like travel the world and all that, and experience new places and experiences as well. Well, let's not forget the other one would be to build friendships and memories, developing broad worldview and perspective. That is another opportunity that you'll build on. So, yeah, and when it comes to the challenges, we don't like challenges in life, right? But did you know that challenges is when we get challenges, that's when we grow. That's when you grow actually as a person. So on the challenges, one of them is uh, homesickness. You're going to be very homesick when you travel abroad. Eh? Very, very homesick. Homesickness, that's one. Just give me a second, I'll be right back. I just need to grab something. Homesickness. you'll miss home. You'll begin to appreciate certain things that you didn't even appreciate when you were in your home country. And that happens a lot when you travel abroad, whether for work or just for the, opportunities to. I don't like the glare that this gives me. So we're gonna have to do this. I'm sorry. Yeah. So loneliness as well. It takes a while before you build those networks of friendships. And then we have language barriers, especially if you're in a country that is speaking a different language from the one you know, English probably. Let's say a country like Germany. For a country like Germany, it's really crucial that you study the language first before you move. And it's important that it's good to just have the basics of the language because the rest of it you're going to learn on the street out there. Balancing academic and social life will come out as a challenge because it's very different from what you're used to back home. Here, a deadline is a deadline. You have to learn to keep time. You have to learn like the new social places to go to, who to interact with, their social norms. They're very different from what you may be used to in your home country. And cultural adjustment and adapting to new customs and norms, man. There's going to be a lot of different things. The way of life, the food, the way they talk, the way they speak. In some extreme cases, you may not even know what somebody's saying. And sometimes when I'm interacting with my friends who are Americans, for example, I tell them, look, say what you're saying slowly. Say it slowly so I can hear what you're saying. And yeah, it just comes out as a new learning experience, and you have to do a lot of adapting to it so that then you're able to interact with them and learn from them as well. Well, another challenge would be financial stress. Ooh, the cost of living out here, man, is crazy. You may hear about the dollars and the euros and the whatever currency, the pounds, but it's only as good when it is in the strength of the currency, the exchange rate, sorry. But when you're out here and you're spending that money out here in the country of where you're like getting it from, then it's a totally different case. Look at a cost, say for example, that costs maybe $1,000 a term or $2,000 a term. That's roughly maybe if it's 2,000, it will probably be around 250. Wait, that would be around how much? Let me just try and yeah, 2,000 would be around 250 because for the dollar, for example, right now it's like really low. And let's say for the first semester room, maybe if you're sharing with a roommate, depending on where you are, it will approximately be around 500 USD, 300 to 800 US dollars, depending on again where you are. And so it's like very varied. And it's, so let's say you came from home with a certain amount of money. And many times, even for the visa interviews, they want you to have access to a certain amount of money. And that's probably where most people really struggle to get that. But at the end of the day, it's for your benefit because over here the cost of living is crazy. It's really high, and sometimes it's not advisable to work with thinking that you'll find a job and get something to go by. Even if you do, it will probably just go towards helping you with food and maybe transportation. But the major stuff like rent, it's just good to have that figured out. Maybe if you have a relative or a friend who's willing to take you in, that will come in handy because man, if it is over the winter, it will be crazy. This the cold can kill someone, especially if you're out there and you don't have access to a warm environment. That will be source of maybe you dropping out and being out of status and all that. But other than that, it's just amazing to be able to have a study abroad experience. There would be academic differences and rigor. The expectations are very high. If you are these students who's used to working hard at school, then that shouldn't be a problem because you will keep up with that kind of habit. And if you excel, then that means you get exposure to more scholarships. And yeah, it can keep going on and on to your benefit. Unexpected challenges and setbacks are always there. Prepare for the unexpected, you know, make sure you know the rules and regulations. Sometimes you have everything set, you even have a scholarship, but your visa is denied. What do? You have to know like the rules that govern what your visa is, the expectations of you, and all that. And you have to learn how to do the budgeting and stuff. So it's different. It's very different. Studying abroad is very different from what you're used to in home country, especially if you're coming from Africa like me. It just needs you to have be very adaptable, be very resilient. It's not permanent. The situation will change. And by the way, once you're done with your studies, then you begin to now uh, look for jobs. And the jobs, yes, you will find them based on your area. IT is still very big. Medicine is big, but a little expensive though. Uh, there are other sectors I think that are a little bit not so, because they're taken up by the others from on here. They say like the sports and the easy stuff to do. The stuff to do with fashion and design, stuff to do with, these easy courses, the arts, you know. So probably your best bet would be in the science field, which most of the students here don't, most of them find them like they're not interested maybe, uh, or their passion is not drawn into it, most of them. So yeah, that's an area that has a lot of opportunities. Science, the STEM field, engineering, law, because you have to like start from scratch, and it depends again on your like what your prospects are, what you want for your life. But either way, nothing is impossible. That's what I want to be one major take home. Nothing is impossible. Never ever give up on your dream. Never give up, no matter how long it takes. And you must have a plan. Study abroad is a huge thing. It's a huge step, and it needs a plan. You cannot just be drawn into wishful thinking or into thinking that you can just make it without a plan. You need a plan. Otherwise, it will kitakuramba. That's what we say in Kenya. Like it will not go well with you. So I want to talk about Germany right now as a possible study abroad destination. Now, Germany as a country is good. It's in Europe. It's the only major challenge. It's good. Why am I saying that? Because the tuition fee is subsidized. The cost of study is subsidized. Okay. So most of the universities don't charge application fee, which is a beautiful thing, which is a good thing. So if you're interested, you can study the language. I would advise, even though there's some universities that will give you the language courses for free, but I wouldn't advise that you bet on that. It's just good to go to a nearby Goethe Institute, study, have the basic language skills, and then apply. But you must have a plan long term. There are scholarships for degree programs, but most of them are for the masters and the PhD. Uh, Most of them are the masters and PhD programs. The most scholarships fall into that group. Sorry. So it is that, and I'm going to talk before the end of this live about the other options of immigrating to Germany. So just stay along. And the other country I want to talk about is the US. I am in the US, so most of the time community colleges are cheaper, and there are also numerous scholarships for all programs, cutting across from bachelor's degrees to to the masters and PhD programs. And application fees is the norm. They have numerous scholarships. The only problem with getting chances at community colleges is the visa. They are more strict with community colleges because they're going to be asking you, why are you leaving the University of Nairobi in your country, or why are you leaving whichever university that's a top university in your country to go for a mere community college in the US? You must like play your cards really well and be able to convince the consular officer or the visa officer that you this is it. I mean, and you have to like prove that you have home ties again. So there have been cases of students getting like full scholarships, but still at the visa point, they fail to get the visa, and that's just it. There's no, I don't see the need why somebody with a full scholarship needs to fail a visa interview. I don't know, it doesn't make sense at all because the major part is taken care of with your studies. The only other thing is your upkeep and in convincing them that you mean well, that you will return home. Of course, people don't return home, but you will return home and build your country. Now, at this point, I want to specifically talk about Bob Mwiti. Bob Mwiti is doing an amazing job. Bob, we're proud of you. You're doing an amazing job with the Kenya Airlift program. I need you to just find him on Facebook, ask all the questions you need. What I know is that there are charges, but it is legit. This is one pathway that prepares you just for studying in the US. And find out more information and just go to find Kenya Airlift program also on Google search, but find about Bob Mwiti on Facebook. BOBM, his first name is Bob, BOB, and then Mwiti is MWITI. And that's specific to Kenya if you're listening to this. The other country, study abroad, the other country I want to talk about in this is Canada. At the moment, in my opinion, it's a no-no for studies, but that depends on your prospects as a person, especially for diploma, certificate, study programs. It's a no-no-no. Why am I saying this? It is because since January 2024, they don't give permanent residence to international students on completing their bachelor's degree programs, diploma programs, or certificate programs. Remember, initially Canada would it would put you on a pathway, at least on a pool, to be able to be more sure of getting your permanent residence. Remember, in all these study abroad opportunities, you're looking for the long term. You're looking at your I always like saying looking at return on investment because study abroad for international students is an expensive venture. It's like an investment all the same. So what am I saying? I'm saying that look, you're putting this money into this, but what are you going to get? You want to be a permanent resident in this particular country, or you want to be a citizen long term, for example. That makes a lot of sense. It doesn't make sense unless maybe I don't know, but it doesn't make sense because you would be using this money only to go back and build your country. I'm not against that. That's perfect as well. But again, the norm is that you are looking at what is the return for you in this. But anyway, master's programs and PhDs are okay. That puts you on a pool towards permanent residency. They didn't touch that part on this, but it's still an option though if you feel you have no issues with the above. But all is not lost. If you want to immigrate to Canada, there is another way. It's called the Express Entry. It needs two things. One is an English language test, is the IELTS, IELTS. And if you have a master's degree as well, that gives you high points. And right now, most of the provinces have overpopulated with people who have prospects of this. So I would advise that if you are looking for this right now in 2024, probably you apply to provinces like Saskatchewan, still good, even for studies as well. Provinces like Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia, as well as Newfoundland. So yeah, those still have like very good prospects when it comes to pathway to permanent residence or when it comes to study pathways because you're looking at it long term. You want to stay in Canada and be acclimated and got into the permanent resident pathway or citizenship long term. And as well, you can also apply for jobs in different sectors, like primary care or nursing, etc. Just go to Job Bank Canada, and it's good to search for employer with sponsorship. I want you to try that out and see how that works. And I wish you all the best in that. There are other options for Poland. It's been known to give a lot of study opportunities. Some of them have scholarship options. Australia is a good option as well, but it's expensive. Standard and expensive. Scholarship again is a good option in this path, in this pathway. So, how do you stay on top of your game? I want to advise you to, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Uh, Exo the Fox, hi, welcome, welcome. I see you there. Welcome. I want to advise that you have to keep searching for information you're on your phone daily, right? You keep scrolling the phone all day. Also use this phone. The phone is a very powerful tool for research. Use it to find information to better your life. Do lots of research and don't pay any money before you confirm the legitimacy of the particular website that you're finding information from. And don't look down upon an opportunity. Keep checking the embassy websites in your country. Keep checking the government websites, because some of these countries have bilateral agreements, and sometimes they have those opportunities that keep cropping up time after time, and that becomes a very useful tool, or that's become a point of drawing information from, information that is legitimate, information that is reliable and useful for countrymen like yourself and myself to be able to make our lives better. Nobody doesn't want to have a better life. We always looking for better stuff. And it is accepted, and yes, you deserve it. So keep looking. Also, be strong and resilient. Don't lose hope, because impossible is nothing. Impossible is nothing. And I want to talk a little bit about au pair, AUPAIR. Au pair is one way that I think from 5 years ago, people have been getting opportunities to leave Africa. And yes, it's actually, there are opportunities for young people, probably between the ages of 18 to 30. And they travel to foreign countries, and they're able to play a role as a caretaker for kids in a family. So the family gets to host you, you give childcare services, and they give you and light housework, and then in return you receive a room or place to stay and boarding, which means place to stay and where you put your stuff, and probably food, but that's optional, and you get some pocket money as well. Now, some countries are very, very restrictive on this. They only accept au pairs from other countries, maybe in Europe and other countries abroad. But it is an opportunity that I would advise, if you're okay with it, then you can check it out. So you just type www.aupairworld.com and then find out more information. If you want to do au pairs in Germany, probably you'd go to www.aupair.com. There's also www.aupaircare.eu hyphen PARI hyphen Germany. I wish you all the best in this endeavor. And if you have any questions or comments, please send them in the comment section. And I wish you well. This was supposed to be a 30-minute session. Thanks for joining in. And bye-bye for now. If you have any questions, you can just type them in the comment section. I would gladly answer them. So I will take about 2 minutes for that. But then again, I'm really sorry I had to reschedule this live, because the other time YouTube was telling me that I have to wait until the stream link is created, and that takes about 24 hours. I didn't know any of that, so we had to reschedule to this week. I know that distracted most of my viewers and my fans, and I want to really thank you for making this channel get to where it is. And I can only say thank you. That's why I want young people out there to succeed. Young people, in my opinion, have so much to offer. Young people have a lot of potential, but sometimes we lose young people in between in between, just not knowing what and where what to do. So mine is just to remind you that yes, the opportunities are there. Uh, you can actually get them. You can find them. They're there for you. There's opportunities out here. Let nobody tell you otherwise. Yes, and so that's how it is. I guess my former students are supposed to join in. I think probably it's because of the reschedule. Maybe they're busy, but that's fine. I understand. And other than that, I hope when you get this video, you get to like it and subscribe to it as well. If you have joined in, thank you. Once again, Ecto the Fox. Thank you. How are you doing? Hope you're okay. Hope you're happy to be here. And I hope you've picked one or two things. I mean, immigration is not for everyone again. You can It's something you cannot force anybody. It is something that somebody has to be ready for mentally because it takes the whole of you. Sometimes people have invested so much in their children to go study abroad and kids end up just losing it because they cannot take it. They cannot, like, the things they come to meet here is different from the fairy stories they hear. Life out here is very rough. You have to be very disciplined, and you have to be very very disciplined, to be able to make it abroad. You can come here and mess your life up. People have stayed here 20, 50 years abroad and still have nothing to show for it. So that's possible. Be disciplined, build your life, and move forward. Other than that, I thank you so much. uh I'll call it off for now, and it's goodbye for now.